he was worried beyond the Kaswa. He used the Kaswa interchange as an example.
Very good.
He said, for example, and I listened to him very well. But he was worried about the cost of some projects that we had in our country.
Like what?
Well, he cited the Kaswa interchange. But even before then, there were concerns raised by the MPP minority in Parliament, even about the rich hospital expansion project, the cost of the project that was in excess of some 300 million. And all this had been raised by certain critics, and these were concerns for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We've had some reactions from ministers, etc. What's your own observation?
You see, when Nkrumah was going to build the Akosombo Dam, they raised concerns. They raised concerns. One, it's not viable. The cost is too much. Ghana cannot afford it.
Which one?
Akosombo Dam.
I remember the.
You remember?
According to even the history books, they raised concerns even about the motorway.
Even about the motorway.
Are they which people raise consent?
The opposition.
Your people.
Is it his people?
Your people.
Your people.
No, there was MPP.
Oh, don't you have forefathers?
No, I'm asking what they were.
Were you born out of isolation? You have forefathers.
You mean the Dankwa Dombo Buzi?
I don't. He knows they have forefathers.
Okay.
The Kaswa interchange, right? Apart from the interchange, which is very relevant and necessary, right? Traverse on that road, and you spend hours upon hours. Now, the surrounding areas, I must what do you call it? Kaswa, what do you call the Gansa, those. These are rural areas that needs to be go to Bodwasi. Look at how bad the road is somewhere. So these are complex, right? We are going to have about 33 kilometers of road. Apart from the interchange, there's 33 kilometers of road. There's going to be a polyclinic. There's going to be schools. We are developing that area. And they know that once we are able to do that, central region, they'll never smell it again. So what do they want to do? They want to put smoke in the fire and give the impression that, look at what they want for the Millennium Challenge Fund to do the N1. Look at the kind of road that we've got there.
Nice road.
That road is a death trap.
Well, but
how can you have a high road with traffic lights on it? And he's telling me that they designed proper. Look at the Tetekwashi interchange. Look at the Tetekwashi interchange. It's a death. It's one of the most useless roads that we've had constructed in this country. Tetekwashi interchange.
Lot of congestion.
Look at that. And look at the money that they spent on that road. Move on. So they should come and tell us this. We had, please, that be land.
Oh, okay.
Kaswa interchange, right? It's not more than what he said. He has been, and more so, it went through Parliament, and they have the rank. Their minority leader is part of the committee. Their Osakoto is part of the committee, right? Our brothers have got the penchant of not wanting to see things that will not the benefit of this country.
I don't get you.
I'm telling you, they don't have the anything that.
You're saying that when the project is completed, it's going to give your government
exactly,
and so your public opinion before the people of Ghana will be high.
Exactly, and that, so what they have to do.
So it will reduce their chances of winning.
Exactly. So that is why they don't want development. So what they want to say is that is cost.
So they just want to run down.
They just talk about Kaswa interchange, and I've just given you that there's going to take 3 kilometers of because the people there in Greater Accra, and I've had the benefit of meeting them. Right, when you go to Bodwasi, when you go to
the other adjoining community,
the roads are so bad, and these are the areas that we go the pineapples that we export. So do you know the multiplier effect, right? And it will improve transportation. So it is not only the interchange that we are talking about, but the ancillary development that is going to take place. And they have been misinformed, and they keep harping on it. But I give an example. Tetekwashi interchange. Let's go and value for money. That job was done value for money, and today, if you don't leave at 5 a.m. from East Legon to come to Accra,
I also live
5 a.m. You have to wake up 5 a.m. Otherwise, you are in trouble.
Very interesting, Roland. You hammered on something to him, and I was so happy. Ghanaians, we are taking Ghanaians for granted. And this time round,
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that.
I said something, and so as a complimentary statement.
I am making an interpretation, or I'm giving commentary on what you actually said. You asked him that because you want to get votes, because when you do it, the people will vote for you.
Why are you power?
I am paraphrasing what you
have to develop them for them to keep us in power.
Let me let you understand something. You have said something. Please
understand it properly. No.
Don't do this.
Why are we sitting here for?
We sit here
to make sure that we develop the country for them to vote. Your habit is to criticize as
chairman of chairman.
to get power. That's what they do.
Be tolerant. So let
I'm
him.
tolerant. Oh, we're having a conversation.
Today he's behaving well.
We are just told.
We are having a
We
conversation.
are just told.
Yes.
By someone in government.
That.
And in fact, in governance,
That
He's not in
that
government.
they are doing
He's
is
a party.
he's the chairman of the NDC.
I won't let him misquote me.
They are represented on cabinet.
Let me
They
restate.
have somebody represent the party on cabinet.
Let me
so I'm
let me
speaking-
restate.
Wait.
Let me restate exactly
what you meant.
I meant.
You are saying
when
that
you are
paraphrasing.
No, I'm not.
I am paraphrasing. I'm not quoting you.
We are
He's
developing.
interpreting your statement.
Let me go on.
All right. No, come on.
No, let him understand it properly.
Anyway.
All right.
We are in this politics to ensure that we develop this country for the people to vote us into power.
Very good.
Exactly, that's what we are doing.
You want to show that you are the right
People believe
group
that
of people
to better their lives.
Okay.
That is why we are not there not to better their lives. They are there to criticize us unconstructively, right? Thinking that by doing so, the people will vote for them. It will not
So
work.
that is why whatever new project you feel you are doing, that will not to the benefit of you.
Correct. We have to do it now.
You've made your
Please.
point.
I am looking
He's also
forward-
interpreting what you're
I
saying.
am looking forward to a day when we politicians will know that it is the duty of every leader to provide roads.
Correct.
To provide water.
Yes.
You made it
To
normal.
provide buildings.
Yes.
It should be normal.
It can never,
Don't
it
sit
can
here.
never be normal.
Please.
It
don't-
can never be normal.
Don't sit here.
It can never
I
be
want
normal.
us to know that you are building the interchange because you want to seek political capital.
That's exactly.
You are not doing it because you love Ghana.
What are you talking
You are
about?
doing it because you want to
What
vote.
are you talking about?
Wait a minute. So this is you see,
But the people,
from day
but
one.
the people want
Day one.
a government that will bring their development.
Now let me come to the substantive matter about costing.
Okay.
And this should be very clear and come to us. The minister must
I
be
thought you wanted to say careful.
when an issue put before parliament talks of an interchange, did not talk of 3 interchanges. Please. No, please, I'm coming. Only for you to come out after an eyebrow has actually been raised on the cost element of an interchange.
Your parliamentarians
Then, wait
are
a minute.
sleeping.
Then you come
They are-
out now.
I give it- I-
Ade,
no, no,
please.
no.
Then you come out now. Ade, don't do this. Ade, don't do this. Please, I beg you. I beg you.
No.
Let's talk to
Ade,
Ghanaians. Let's talk to Ghanaians.
you
Let's-
have
let's
time
talk.
for a
We
rebuttal.
have time. Let's talk to Ghanaians. Only for you to come out and tell us that those the interchange we are talking about is not just a mere one, it's 3. And we are going to have ancillary projects attached to them and all that. What prevented you from actually presenting what is the state of it to
But it's
the
in the
parliament?
contract document that will prevent
Jesus
I'm telling you, look, it's not. I can challenge him,
Jesus
and I can tell you that the paper dated before parliament, that's what parliament is actually not happy about the whole thing. You know why we're doing? We don't have true parliament in this country. Because,
What?
yes, why we don't have true parliament? Why am I saying that? If you have the majority, always siding with whatever government do, because of numbers, anything that counts, whether it's chaff or it's good, we vote for it. And I'm saying that I'm
They do
looking
a lot
forward
of work
to
at
day.
the committee
Look,
level.
they do. Committee level, you will do yours. You have an input. You might even be a ranking member on a committee. And I
The
am telling
majority
you,
side
then if
do
the matter
disagree.
comes to you,
Do disagree at the committee
That's the
level.
way the problem is. And I'm saying that he should go and look at what is presented before Parliament, as in the cost, as in the particular picture of the project. Only for us now to have caveats. Only for us now to have rationalization after that 2-3 projects will be added to it to make it 3 interchanges. Only for us to be told that ancillary project will be added. And I'm saying that, you see, when you look at the M1 interchange, which Akufo-Addo said.
So your difficulty is a wedding, interchange instead of interchange.
You
Or
see, my
interchange
difficulty is
instead
that
of
if you are telling me you are going to have 1 interchange, the next moment you are telling me it's going to be 3 interchanges. I'm asking you, what planning went into it before? Now you're talking about, we talk about the cost.
Do you
and say
think?
because it's 3,
Do you
that's why the
think
cost is
before
like that.
Parliament
Yes.
we have an interchange instead of 3 interchanges?
I am telling you, just go and look at the document before Parliament, what it talks about. Whether or not this description that Ade and his people are struggling just yesterday and today to guard is so. I'm saying that it's not so. So you see, at the end of the day, let us not deceive Ghanaians and deceive ourselves.
No, we're talking about
Let's
cost.
do the cost element. The cost element is clear. Please, I beg you. The cost element is clear. That indeed, as Ghanaians, we are being shortchanged. We are being shortchanged. Okay, let me give you a typical example of Atuabo gas plant, which he is talking about. Office building alone, where they will sit down and do clerical work. They are telling us that it has moved from the original $7 million to $145 million. No, I'm coming.
It's not true. It's not.
That's
you
a fact.
know it's not
fact.
true.
This is all
you know,
and that is what is
But
happening.
you do
So we
understand.
should
But
be able to do what?
you do understand that an office building at a highly sensitive area
Yes.
like the premises of a gas plant.
Yeah.
It's not just the ordinary building you put up at East Legon or something.
It's
But
not
you
the
do understand.
look.
It has to be. You have to be safety conscious.
Look,
you have to make sure the rights.
As a
you do know
country,
that.
we must
So
be.
it will be
we
more
must be-
expensive than the ordinary
We must
one.
be cost
Roland.
prudent as a country, especially a developing country, a country where we haven't got resources, and you are going to build an office of $7 million. You think that's small? Now, what has come into it that it has moved from 7 million to 140 something million just for office premises. That's why we have problem with this.
You have your time. You have
your time. When we do this to ourselves, when we do this to ourselves in this country, and yet we come and sit down. The next one we come and sit down and say we are doing it because we're going to get political power, so they will vote for us. All you need is to work on election. This is sad. You're not developing Ghana.
You made your point. It's okay. No heckling. Sir, no heckling.
Roland, you remember?
You said you shouldn't heckle.
Roland, remember the hangar that they said we are just building a car hangar.
Is it a car hangar?
You remember?
Because hangar is for
No, remember.
Yes, I remember.
After the military showed them what they've done, was that a hangar that they were talking about? You know what, these people, that's just talking trade. You know, I even said as a regional chairman, know that the Kaswa Interchange is a complex. I knew that.
You can't just have one.
No, I know. How can you have one interchange? I mean, how interchange?
Refer to your document before Parliament.
No.
Refer to your document. That's the point I didn't refer to your document.
You're heckling him.
I'm not heckling him. I want to tell you to refer to his document.
The thing you say you shouldn't do.
When you say interchange, and you are telling me only one. Jesus Christ. I mean, then your parliamentarians are sleeping. Then your MPs are sleeping.
But this is one
I'm not sure you know what.
And it came to the plan already.
That's right, then they are sleeping. That one line is called interchange. Jesus Christ. Maybe that's what they did at Tetekwashi. That's the understanding of interchange. That is just one. That was why we have that bottleneck there.
I just gave you a typical example. Gas office plan. From 7 million to 140 million.
Somebody send you false messages. You send you false messages there. Somebody send you false messages.
So that we all need to have an understanding. No, come on, be fair. You told him you should keep quiet. He kept quiet, please.
You know what we are seeing at Circle, the Circle interchange. You can see it's 3 tire. That's exactly.
Yeah, we can see that something good is coming.
That's exactly what we are going to see.
So there's criticism that it's too expensive.
I just told you, in this country, when it's not on your feet, it's bad. But when it's on your feet, hey, my shoe today is shining. No, I just gave you example. Tetekwashi interchange, that they came to tout as the best interchange. Today we need to bring the whole thing down and do what? And redo it again.
Which we can't do.
Which we can't do because they have messed up the original design for political expediency, because they came and they were touting Sankara was expensive, blah 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 blah. So now they want to do Tetekwashi, and they were going to do that 1 kilometer, 1 cedi per kilometer. Look at what they did. So as for them, let's put them where they belong to. Where they belong is that they always want to criticize. We are being practical on the field because we want to ensure that our people have development, and for that they will vote for us to continue to develop this country for them. That is why we are there. That's why that's why after 8 years or more they will continue to give us power to the year 2030 when I will be bones. That is what we are talking about. That's what we NDC are about. To develop the people of this country, to ensure that, make sure that your habit is having press conference. Look, for 4 years that they've been in the
you have been, sir.
Let me finish. For every day.
Every
day, press conference. And these are people who sit in parliament. They are part of the committee.
So you think they just do press conferences?
They just do press conferences. And when you go to you interrogate the substance of the press conference, you know, it's hollow. It's pure hollow.
Do you think they have any legitimate right at all to say, because they speak on behalf of the public, or they need to also ask questions on behalf of the public?
I agree with you.
And they are the leading opposition party. They also have the opinion to be raising whatever it is that they have.
I agree with you, but see, when you are raising...
Because if contract costs, which can also be independently evaluated,
you see,
okay,
when
can be subject to some level of audit, then they also have the right to raise questions.
But first and foremost, how is the process? The process does not involve only NDC. The process the process involves all of us. So
I hope that you don't mean that because Parliament has approved it,
I'm coming.
Even any member of the approval body doesn't have any right to raise any questions.
I'm a chairman of a party in that region. We have an executive. We have executive members. We go to a meeting. This is the agenda. Everybody reads, and then we all agree that let's discuss. You raise your concerns. It's addressed. When we finish, then you come out and say, "As for me, I didn't know." Come on. Then were you sleeping? I don't buy that thing.
So you think it's just politics?
It's politics. They are being cynical.
Your point has been made, sir.
Very good. It's still on the Kaswa interchange.
No, not necessarily that, because there's a number of projects also that have been raised as well.
But I just want to.
They are sending messages.
No, not messages. You can take my phone and check it. You see, I want you to know that just as we introduced the petroleum product tax under a certificate of urgency, so the loan that is supposed to be secured for the interchange or interchanges that they want to refer to came. You see, it came under a certificate of urgency, and of course, a committee had only 24 hours to scrutinize a fiscal policy of this nature. 24 hours. I am telling you, go to Parliament. There's a problem.
Don't come and sit there. Don't let him sit there and make this kind of nonsense. Come on, I respect you too much. Don't make this argument.
Please.
Hello, sir.
I respect you too much for you to make this. No, don't.
Hello, sir. So you're saying a whole body that involves actually well thought of people, well learned people,
absolutely,
who have the requisite experience in the legislative body of our republic will just go.
They didn't pass it to.
No, listen. Pass a document through the committee stage, comes before the plenary, it is approved. Then you're saying that, well, they were bamboozled. They were bamboozled in what way?
Let me ask this simple question. I alluded to two issues.
Were they hypnotized?
Roland, very good. You want me to talk now?
Yes.
Very good. The point is that whether hypnotized or not, there was an issue at stake. There's a procedural matter which says that under certificate of urgency, you can introduce a particular tax system or a particular policy. Okay? They came to us, or came to Parliament, with this procedural matter. Having done so, minority walked out. We were all in this country. Minority staged and walked out and said, look, this time is too short. This is not time for you to come in to impose taxes on people. We are suffering. And they came with matters, two issues. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm saying that if Kaswa Interchange came 24 hours before it's been passed, what better scrutiny could have been done to this policy before it's been passed? And I'm saying that we are stampeded as a nation into accepting and pushing down our throat.
That's not a fair comment.
It does. Because the point is that, look, if you want Kaswa Interchange, for instance, it's a very important area. Look at the link.
So you're saying that it's not a good project?
It's a very excellent
but the cost is high.
The point is the cost is too high.
Okay.
It's not.
And stated by a flag bearer.
They're going to
now react to him and then we move on to the Eurobond because we have some new information. Apparently, the finance minister has brought details of how the money is.
Roland, you see, I keep saying that. My brother, I respect him so much. So when I'm on a platform with him,
you shouldn't be doing what he's doing.
What he's telling me.
Okay, put him right then.
Put me right. How many?
You cannot tell me.
No, what was the time frame in Parliament?
What is the procedure? Is it the first time?
What's the time frame?
You are telling me a time frame.
Come on.
Is it the first time that a certificate of
urgency
has gone to Parliament? Yeah. And if it has, if that is not the first time, and this has been happening, how is it handled? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, they have prominent people like Usei Chemesa, Usei Akoto, prominent people who are learned, right? Who
they walk out.
Roland, when you give me a document, Roland, if you give me a document, right? You say there's a meeting tomorrow. You give me a document overnight. If I'm serious about what job I'm doing, I'll bend the midnight candle and make sure that before I come, I know what's about. I'm prepared. You can't come and sit here after having.
So you're saying the argument is politics?
It's mute.
An afterthought?
Afterthought, because they realize that something good is going to happen.
What is it?
There's going to be a paradigm.
There's going to be. And you get votes.
Exactly. I am working.
So you're working for election.
I'm working.
You're working just for election.
Let me tell you something.
No, Ghanaians are
let
listening
me
to
tell
you.
you something.
Your point is to get votes and win election.
Let me tell you something.
Finish.
Let me tell you something.
NDC.
Let me tell you
It's
something.
a machinery of
as a
election.
chairman of the
Finish.
region,
Not for developing this country.
as a
You
chairman,
don't love Ghana.
as a chairman of the region, I'm very happy to see Rich Hospital coming on. I'm very happy to see.
So you're happy to see the project?
So that I can go and stand in front of the lottery. I can go and stand in. Let me finish.
A government is voted in to develop the country, right?
Hey.
So whether it is infrastructure development to meet the social needs,
I can go to Klole Klote and stand in front of the circuit interchange and call all the electorate and say, you see what we've done for you. If you vote us back into power, we are not going to do 5-tier, what do you call it, interchange. 5 for when you go to Japan. It's about 5.
even in the US.
Even the US, who do it? So that Ghana becomes beautiful. Go to Gifford Road. You see, by the bypass, it is going to enjoy the benefit of the people living in Teshi Nungwa when they are coming to Accra. So that when I can go and stand in Teshi and tell 4 years mandate that we gave NDC, this is what we have done. So vote for us. That much we are going to do.
You're revealing already your campaign strategy.
Yes.
All right. In an attempt to quell the controversy surrounding the status of the €1 billion bond proceeds, for which we fought the minority MPP in Parliament raising questions, the Finance Minister has released what appears to be full details of how the money's utilization is going to take place. And the money, of course, was obtained somewhere in September this year. And has a 12-year maturity period at a rate of 8.125%. And then going down, 200 million was planned to be used for short-term debt refinancing. That's only 200 million. Of this amount, the total disbursement so far of 64 has been made, 64 million. And that's to pay for the 3-year maturation of the government bond totaling 200 million. Thus leaving the balance of 135 of the 200 million to be paid. Now, secondly, an amount of 250, that makes it 450 so far, has been planned to be used for the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund account. And as at 24th of October this year, the total amount had been transferred to the Infrastructure Fund account as seed capital.
Thank you.
For the scheme, which will be commissioned in early next year. Thirdly, an amount of 250 million, and I believe that if we total all that brings it to about 700 million, was planned to be used to fund capital expenditure projects, and we know what capital expenditure projects are. As of today, a total of 114 has been used to pay for various projects, leaving a balance of 135. Finally, an amount of 288 has been planned for counterpart funding. And we know what counterpart funding is. When you go and secure for a project, etc., you're supposed to pay a certain counterpart funding. So, for example, the Gang of Six, we didn't pay a counterpart funding. We're not able to raise it as a result of that. That's why the roads delayed, etc. So, nothing so far has been utilized, and this is coming from the Finance Ministry.
Nothing so far
has been utilized as far as. Apart from the initial disbursement that have been from the 200 million, nothing so far. So the money is available.
I'm happy that they have come to corroborate the stance of Dr. Bawumia.
That one.
Nothing so far has been utilized. Listen to the last end.
No. Bawumia is asking, where's the money?
Where is the money?
Has the money been used? Has it been, well, the minorities are swallowed by the...
You see, we are in a country when there's silence over a matter that is so salient or so imperative to us. You took Ghana's name to go to the Eurobond market for this money. When you came, you have been telling us that there's no money here to do this project. There's no money here to do this project. Then Bawumia asks a very simple question. Where is our 1 billion Eurobond? Simple question. So if you said they had no money to do the no money, one time, am I not well placed, legitimately placed to ask questions? He asked a simple question. Today, the question that he asked has brought out this analysis that we're having as to whether or not is it truth is another matter. Infrastructure funds or
This is coming from the finance.
they say we are told that they have, we can verify this. We have told now, per this story that you have read, that they have actually transferred about 450 million plus into infrastructure development.
No, that's 200.
200 something million, thereabout. Okay, very good. I mean, you added it up to the 200 million earlier on. That. First, let me take it one after another. The first debt you're talking about, let's ask ourselves, how many contractors today are not happy because they are not being paid.
Oh, land.
He's a contractor.
Roland,
Contractors,
Roland.
they have not been paid. We don't mind. They said out of the 64 million actually has been used. Maybe they read contractors. Be sure they will come and pay you, okay? Next one, 200 and something million into infrastructure development fund. We are told today as we sit here, a lot of infrastructure development that has been initiated by government cannot continue because we don't have much money. Counterpart funding. We sit here. When you look at Ampeja, in Sawam Ampeja Road, it's lying there. It's not being worked for so many years. Go to Sofolai, it's still hanging there. Name them. These places are not there. You are telling us now that you are going to do them. What are you waiting for? The money is there. Since September. That money is there. What are you waiting for? Leadership decision.
Have you finished?
Be decisive. Be clear. Be truthful to us. So at the end of the day, we will not raise questions. So Bawumia is better place to have asked this question.
Roland.
And I will investigate whether or not it's true or it's not true.
Roland,
Fine.
you see my brothers, you see, they are not good football players at all. They are not. When you put them
We're
on
not
the
playing football.
when you put them on the pitch, when you put them on the pitch, when you put them on the pitch and you start, they'll take the ball and walk away.
No,
Now,
where's Bawumia's mistake?
You remember?
To have asked this question, where's his mistake?
You remember? The finance minister told us that the accounting process as we have, the time they prepared the budget, this money had not come to the budget. So when they come to account the next,
put in a
to put a supplement, and everybody will see it. So the question he was asking was premature.
But the public needs to know.
We have physical
Please.
I didn't do this. I've underrated your.
But
we have a fiscal policy in place for 2015. You have money till 2014. It's not part of it. We should ask questions. Don't do this.
Bawumia's question was premature.
I'm surprised.
The impression they gave, and as he started thinking that
I'm surprised.
The government has misapplied the money. That was the intention. That was cynicism.
Where is our Eurobond?
Let me finish.
He read the budget. He didn't see it. He asked the question. You are saying he should ask.
That was the cynicism in their press conference. And we told them that, look, this government is very transparent. The money has not gone anywhere. The process, the prospectus that we took to go and solicit the fund still holds.
What?
And as we sat here, you've enumerated what the money.
It just came. The release just came from the minister.
Absolutely.
That's okay.
Good. So you see, these my brothers, they are in haste. So every week,
you think they are picking before the main election?
I'm just told you. By the time we get there, you see, like those who are contesting me, they started picking 1 year, 2 years. You know, yeah. By the time when the game starts, you see the projects really documented, what the monies we have borrowed, what we have used them for, right? You will see them, because while they are busy making press conferences, we are busy working, and that's what I have to do. While they are busy making press conferences every week, every month, every month they'll make 2 or 3 press conferences. That's their trademark. They want to be heard. But as they are being heard, we are working. Go to Reach. You can see the pillars.
You've said it already.
You can see the pillars coming out.
You've said it already.
I'm not repeating. I'm telling you,
Roland.
when you go to Fosso, your place, Fosso Sola. Have you seen the road there?
I have one point to make.
99%.
Jesus Christ. Let me finish.
Okay, it's okay. You are scoring political points. Okay.
It's better to
That's the last one.
It's better to be a proactive leader than to be a reactive
We
leader.
are not
raising questions.
Raising questions and doing it at the right time. And has made a simple statement.
We are doing
you
it.
came out with a fiscal policy for 2015.
We are
the
doing
year.
We are
You
doing
got money somewhere September last year.
No, this year.
Wait a minute.
It's this year.
That money is supposed to be accounted for.
It's this year.
You did not come out to tell us what you are doing and what you
were in haste.
Can't we ask questions?
No.
As to what you're doing? Now you come out to come and tell us this one. What we do
The normal budgeting. Let me ask you, your own budgeting. Your own budgeting. You have prepared the budget.
Yeah.
And towards the eve of you starting to implement the budget, you get another tranche of your own funds into your account. How do you put that into the budget?
Oh, it's very interesting. That's why we have supplementary budget.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
And the supplementary
Wait a minute. But this one round, the money has been there. You are not getting that money later. It's money there, so use it. Protect it.
And that'll be it for the morning as far as our discussions are concerned on AM Talk. And I've had in the studio Kamaldeen Abdullahi, is the National Nasara Coordinator of the MPP. And how's so far your interaction with your community?
Very well. I have told them, but you are seeing we're doing marvelously well. Just go down.
One day you need to take us to some of the communities. We'll see how you do the interaction.
And then in 2000, Nima and other Zongos, we won hugely. And I'm telling you, something went wrong in politics. Kamaldeen Abdullah, under my auspices, as a National Nasara Coordinator, NDC is doomed. Completely. Inshallah. You are doomed. Completely.
Okay. So that's Kamaldeen Abdullah, and we have had in the studio, alongside him, helping us do the discussion, Joseph Nia Dekoka. He's the chairman of NDC for the Greater Accra region. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
interesting morning.
Yes, we're taking a break. When we come back, we're talking road safety and how, for this very Yuletide, you can make sure you're safe on the road. Do stay on.